How to talk to a girl? Do you start stuttering and forgetting your own name anytime you talk to a girl? If so, then it's time to kick up your game a few notches so you can hold your own in a conversation and catch a girl interest in no time at all. To talk to a girl, you just have to show that you are genuinely interested in her. You must tell her something she hasn't heard before. If you want to know how to do it, just follow these steps. Part 1. Starting a conversation. 1. Catch her eye. You don't have to do anything elaborate or dramatic to do this. In fact, you probably shouldn't just smile at her from across the room. Excuse yourself as you brush past her or check look eyes, look away, and then look back at her after enough time has passed. You don't have to say hi to her the second you notice her. Instead, you can spend some time making her curious about you first. If you already know the girl, of course, then don't play too hard to get her and go right up and say hi to her. If you feel have the confidence, why not introduce yourself? Make sure to keep confident body language as you approach. Keep your head up high, your gaze straight ahead of you, and maintain good posture as you approach her. If you wait too long to say hello, she might feel like she kept getting ignored. 2. Introduce yourself. All you have to do is say, "Hello, I'm Joe. What's your name?" Or, "I'm Joe. It's glad to meet you." You could also start by asking her about something you have in common, a class you both share. When she responds and gives you her name, reach out and nicely shake her hand. Don't be awkward about it. Sure, it may feel a little old school, but it's the way mature people introduce themselves. If you already know the girl, you can just say hi and make sure to use her name. Once you know the girl's name, use this a few times so she thinks that you are really invested in the conversation and care about what she has to say. Just once or twice enough. 3. Be yourself. Loosen up and let this girl see who really are. If you are goofy, funny guys, make her laugh. If you are more serious, talk to her about topics that are interesting and meaningful without being too serious. Instead of cracking tons of jokes and net jokes are the thing. Also, why you need to find out about her, you also need to tell her yourself so that she can get to know you. This is a part of being yourself, but whatever you do, make sure you don't spend a whole time talking about yourself. Ask her about herself, and even if you are not, you shouldn't act genuinely interested in her answer. Remember that? Why it's important to be yourself? You should hold back on the more eccentric stuff, those kind of qualities that make people say you have to get a to get to know him first. You don't want to creep her out. Try to talk about things she might be interested in as well. 4. Smile. This can help a lot. It's so that you are enjoying the conversation and that you feel comfortable, which will make the girl continue talking with you. Try to have a natural expression that has your lips slightly upturned in a smile. And at the appropriate moment, smile bigger and grin. You don't have to smile the whole time, but smiling at key moment. At the beginning of a conversation can make the girl feel appreciated. If she says something funny, laugh. Smiling will put the girl at ease and will make her feel like you really like what he has to say. Don't smile the whole time, obviously, or you look nervous or even constipated. 5. Stay away from the personal stuff. If you like the girl, then sure, the girl's goal is to get to know her on a deep level eventually. But that doesn't mean you should talk about your grief over your grandmother death, or describe the rust on the back in great detail seconds after you met. Instead, pick a light topic that are inoffensive and are easy to talk about, such as your past favorite bands or hobbies, so that you don't make the girl uncomfortable before you really get to know each other. Picking light topics to start off doesn't mean you have to pick boring topics. You don't have to talk about the weather. Chat to avoid saying anything slightly personal unless you live somewhere where people are actually interested in the weather, then talk about it. Follow the conversation. Sometimes two people really hit it off and start open up to each other much faster than they could expect. If the girl starts opening up to you and really trusts you, you can hold back a bit less to part 2, making her feel special. 1. Find common ground. Try to steer the topic in the right direction of something you both care about. From your obsession with community to your love of biking, you don't have to do this by asking her about her favorite bands, type of food, hobbies, or forms of exercise. You can just listen the natural flow of the conversation and see if you can find something you would like, or if you can get her notice something you like. For example, if you casually mention that you were coming back from the S game yesterday, then she'll respond if she's a big S fan too. When you are talking, make sure you ask open-end questions instead of yes or no questions, so you can keep the conversation going. Make sure to avoid awkward silence. Remember, things will only be awkward if you make them awkward. Be confident and keep the conversation flow as best as you can. Don't despair. If you feel like you have nothing in common, you will be able to find something eventually. If you keep up a fun conversation for long enough, it may turn out that you don't have so much in common, but that you click because you have the similar personalities or outlooks. That's great too. When you mention a band you like, ask her if she likes the band too. Let her see that you care about her interests when you are talking about yours. 2. To make eye contact while you are talking. This is another way to make her feel special. You don't have to stare into her eyes like you're searching for your own reflection and creep her out. But you should make a point of giving her an all of your attention and not looking down at your phone or scoping out the room to see if anyone more interesting has walked by. You can break eye contact everyone in a while, but only to keep things interesting, not to show that you're bored. Making eye contact so confident. If you make a point of looking eyes with the girl, she'll see that you're confident about getting to know her. 3. Express interest in her thoughts and opinions. Listen instantly when you speak. Girls like guys that listen to them and like what they say. Don't constantly interrupt her to state your opinion. Let her talk and share thoughts with you. However, so that you are listening by nodding, say yes or no at the appropriate times and answering her questions. Ask her what she thinks about whatever it you care about, your favorite music, the new fashion trends this season, or the importance of friendships. Though it's important to ask for her opinions, try to avoid talking about their reason or politics immediately, or you may get into an argument you didn't anticipate. When she says something, make sure you respond and so that you are listening by rephrasing what she says occasionally. You can say, I completely agree with what you said about how hard it is to stay in touch with friends who move out of town, to show that you are hanging on to her every word. 4. Give her subtle compliment. You shouldn't compliment an aspect of her personality or her looks without freaking her out to show her that you care. If you like her type of music or books she read, tell her that she has a great taste. It's alright to compliment her clothes, hair, or jewelry, but you really win a girl's heart if she sees that you are into more than just her outside. Also, if you are feeling super confident, why not compliment her in a flirty way? If you're going for the physical compliment, don't do more than compliment her clothes, hair, or more intimate case, her eyes. It's not time to freak her out by telling her how hot she is before she even knows your last name. If she has great laugh, don't be afraid to tell her that. 5. Ask her about her studies. You don't have to bore her by asking her favorite part of algebra too. However, you can show that you're interested by asking her what her favorite subject in school are, asking about her favorite teachers, or even nesting that lead you to discussion on what she wants to do when she gets older. Don't just nod and say, "That's interesting." Ask her about why she likes a certain subject or why she wants to be a nurse or a lawyer when she grow up. Some girls don't like talking about school that much. If you're sensing a lack of interest, just move on. Don't make it feel like interrogation. You can talk about the subject you like too. 6. Don't tease the girl until she understands your sense of humor. It's bad to not tease girls about things they might take seriously, especially with looks or intelligence. It's especially important not to make a comment that the girl can take the wrong way when you're just getting to know her. If you manage to deeply offend the girl at the beginning of the contact, it will be hard to dig yourself out of that hole. And on the side of caution, don't tease her unless you really feel confident that she'll get it. Follow her lead. If she hasn't been teasing you for a while, it's okay to tease her back. Just make sure to keep your jokes on the same line level. Part 3. Keeping her interested. 1. Crack her up. Girls like you guys that make them laugh. Don't be afraid to flaunt your wit and sense of humor, as long as you aren't too raunchy or inappropriate in the beginning. You don't have to start off with a series of long jokes to get her attention. Just make sharp comments. Fire back a quick joke if she has on, and make unique or observations about the world around you that make her think. Don't overthink it. If you have a goofy or a collarbone sense of humor, let her see it. If you try a joke and she doesn't laugh, show her that you don't take yourself too seriously. Says maybe or have better luck next time, and it'll make her laugh. If she makes a funny comment, don't just say, "That's really funny." Show her that you can make a funny comment right back, or laugh with her at it. 2. Don't try too hard. A girl will be able to tell if you are trying too hard from a mile away. If you want to keep her interested, then you shouldn't relentlessly pursue her if she doesn't want to be pursued. Compliment her 10 million times when you see clearly uncomfortable, or show up by bragging about how much you can bench press, or about the home run record you're trying to set your county. Relax and stop caring so much about impressing her, and you will actually end up impressing her more. If the girl sees that you are comfortable enough with yourself that you don't have to try so hard to get her like you, she'll want to talk to you even more if you flex your bicep, talk about what great shape you are in, or tell her how good you look with your shirt off. She will be laughing but turn off. 3. Keep up your confidence. Be confident in yourself and don't be afraid of saying something stupid. If you're not afraid, then you probably won't. Just keeping engaging her and be okay with the occasional awkward exchange, silence, or story that you have trouble telling the right way. Stay positive, relax, and happy, and she'll have even more fun talking to you. Don't be too self-deprecating. Even if you think it'll make her laugh, or she'll think you have to a low self-image. You don't have to brag to be confident. You can talk about how much you love baseball without telling her that you're a athlete. One sign of confidence is being able to laugh at yourself. This will show her that you don't take yourself too seriously. 4. Stay relaxed. If your lover's sweaty or scared, the girl will be able to tell. If you are feeling nervous, just slow down your speech. Focus on the dynamics of the conversation instead of every word you are saying, and stop fidgeting with your hands or looking around the room. If you're not relaxed, the girl will pick up on your tensions and will feel uneasy as well. Take a deep breath, slow down your speech and movement, and think about the best case scenario instead of the good thing that can happen.
Scenario.
If you're really nervous or it's painful or obvious, you can make a small jokes about it to lighten the mood. If you're really nervous type, bring a bottle of water or soda around with you, so you can sip on it from time to time to calm yourself down and to take small breaks. 5. Do not just to impress her. Talk her honestly and don't stress the lateral inclination is to embellish things, but it's much more trouble than it worth. If you really get to know and like her, and she eventually find out you lied to her. It's extremely embarrassing to you and breaks her trust and the relationship. You shouldn't be putting on the act whenever you see her in any sense. Even if you doesn't notice for a while, other people and other girls will notice you're acting more impressed around her. If you want to see the girl again, then your lies will eventually catch up with you. If you want to her like you, then she has to like the real you from the beginning. 6. Stay positive. People like hanging out with people who make them laugh, feel happy, and have a positive outlook on the world. If you're feeling grumpy or like the world is against you, then it's not the bad day to approach a girl. Talk about these things and people that make you happy and focus on the positive experience you both had. When you get to know each other better, you can talk more about the negative stuff too. But if you want to keep her engaged at first, then you should set a decidedly positive tone. You can even catch yourself if you are having a negative moment. If she asks you how traffic were getting there and you say terrible, fix the negatively by saying, but I'm really loving this new audio book I'm listening to, or but you saw a cutest family or deer up there on the way over. If she asks you about a certain band that you really hate, you can say something like, I haven't really heard a lot of their music, or they're not my favorite, but they're pretty good. Don't go off on the rant about how much you hate something when you are first talking to a girl. 7. Get her contact information. If you really hit it up with the girl, then you can ask for her email, phone number, or even chat for her last name so you can be a Facebook friends. If you are asking her out, you can be more blunt about it. But if you just like her and want to talk her again, just say something like, I have to get going, but I love to pick up this conversation another time. Can I call you so we can do that? She'll say that yes without hesitating. If you are feeling more shy, get her Facebook or email and send her something goofy with it, a link to a webcomic and she enjoy, or a silly forum thread. It's also less awkward than the phone. It helps her notice you more and you have a better chance of meeting again. Can get her contact information. Chat when the conversation is going great and you're at the peak of finding fun things to talk about. Don't wait until the conversation rush to ask for her contact info, or she'll be less inclined to see you again. Inclined to see you again.